Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Atlanta, Georgia, where Freddie Falcon soars from the rafters inside the beautiful Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. And Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they interplay. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row. On the Bears sideline, the head man, Ben Johnson. These guys letting it be known right now that they're a team to be reckoned with. The perfect 5-0 to start the year. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, they're off to a terrific start. Unbeaten at 5-0 through the first month and change. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
I tell you what, when he for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm time when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book. He's an asset to have in any offense.
First down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Second and 10.
Here's Kelly.
At the 46-yard line.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Shamar Turner in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Intended for number 85.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And leading the charge, we get a look at their 6-year quarterback.
And he's playing at a very high level here in this early part of the season. In fact, he leads the NFL in passing yards. Now, that's not always an indicator of success, but in his case, it is.
And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And they'll run on the inside handoff. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down. We'll see what they have drawn up here a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now. Standing right on his own 5-yard line. .62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Falcons offense led by their running back headed out for the 2nd possession. And he's run well here the first half of the season, no doubt. You can see the graphic. NFL leader in rushing coming into the weekend. Kelly. And a dump off here to Robinson. From the 29, here's 2nd down and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. Here is 3rd down and 4.
A gain of a yard on the play brings up
from the gun. Kelly checks this one down to Robinson. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
And the Falcons first down.
A play fake. Now Kelly. Throw left side complete. That's Herrera. Here's 2nd and 7.
To number 32. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up
now Kelly.
7.
Over the middle complete. That's Summers. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Intended for Drake London.
2nd and 10.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
Now Kelly. He finds his man complete. It's Summers. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 29-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Boy, because I got all the hits, boy. All that Drake, you got to chill. I be on my little mouse drip.
Robinson up the middle. Checking on the numbers last week for Robinson. 17 carries, 79 yards, and a touchdown.
He's hoping to have the same type of game, but he's going up against the #1 defense in the league, and they're very good at fitting the run. So now you got to think offensive strategy, maybe a little more play action, and try and find some people up and downfield.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. It's 2nd and 7 from the 9.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Out of the gun, it's Kelly. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Kelly to throw. That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Chicago offense set to get started. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
You talk about this Falcon defense. There are 32 teams in the NFL, and they're just better than 50% of them at defending the pass, number 16 in the league.
Yeah, this has been a good defense, but they're going to have to really prove it in this one because, guess what? They're facing the #1 passing offense.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Chicago. Luther Burden, 72 yards. And the Bears are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why?
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. To throw, Kelly. He finds his man complete. That's Summers. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
And the Falcons, first down. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's his fullback. So from just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Bears' 49-yard line.
Kelly to throw. That's complete to Mooney. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Now 3rd and 5.
Now Kelly. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. 7-7, our score after 1. Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. And he couldn't get it to check out. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense and Caleb Williams set to go to work once more. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his impressive season total as you take a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes at this point in the season. Finding space at the 40. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
Offside. Defense.
So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
Evades the tackler, and now some space. Touchdown, Chicago! A big play there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Atlanta now coming out on the field. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. To throw is Kelly. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is brought in at the 21. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Bears take over. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
Well, now he's looking just to add to his totals.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
To throw, Williams. Over the middle, he's going to find Burden. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
A gain of 6. And the Bears, first down. It's a gain of 6. First down, Bears.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. The Bears in a perfect 5-0 here to begin the campaign. And they've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Looking to throw is Williams. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
A gain of 3 on the play. And the Bears first down.
Throwing is Williams. Throw right side, taken in by Odunze. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
A gain of 17 yards.
Here's Williams. That's brought in by Knight.
Williams pass.
From the 25, here's 2nd down and 7.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7. At the 25-yard line.
To the air, Williams. He's got this complete to Burden. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
A 7-yard gain. That's another Bears first down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
He's brought down.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
There on the tackle.
3rd and 3.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
To throw, it's Williams. He'll look middle here and get it to Odunze. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
A gain of 3 yards. And the Bears first down. First and goal at the 8-yard
We've hit the
line.
2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. Back to throw. Williams. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bears have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
2nd and 9 at the 26.
Looking to throw. Kelly under pressure now, and they get to Kelly. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Back to throw. Kelly. And that is incomplete. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. We'll see what he can do on the return. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And that will come the offense as they take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Number 87, Luther Burden. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
35-yard line.
Pass caught by Burden. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
A gain of 15.
First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
Bears, first down. 1st and 10 at the
Looking to
50-yard
throw.
line.
Williams. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got the Michigan man, Colston Loveland. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
And the Bears, first down.
Working out of the gun, Williams. There's a short one caught by Loveland. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there.
Colston Loveland.
2nd and a couple.
Out of bounds at the 30-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
To throw once more, here's Williams. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Williams. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And this one is right down the middle. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Incomplete. Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Kelly now. A final shot before break. Looking deep here from Mooney. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the 3rd quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. And able to get this out to the 25. The Bears offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's an early front runner for MVP of the NFL here in the first half of the season. As you can see, he's a league leader in passing yards at this stage of the game. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
He's tackled at the 34.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 99 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
43-yard line.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
A gain of 3, second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Rome Odunze, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Bears take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point attempt to follow here. And the lead is now 24. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. Looking to put a drive together. They'll get it to Robinson to begin the drive. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Now 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up
Robinson with another carry. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
3rd and 7.
Here's Kelly. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. And while all of that was going on with a sack, it appears, unfortunately, we have an injured player. Here's J.K. Scott now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he fields it cleanly. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated Bruce. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
3rd and 3.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he will have the Bears first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
That one goes for 8 yards.
Bears, first down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now they'll run on the draw. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
2nd and 16 at the 26-yard line.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And he's going to go down again. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 36. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
2nd and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. The Bears on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Williams. He'll try and do this himself. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
Williams sacked. A loss of 6 yards.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
It's a gain of 15 yards and leads to 3rd down.
Williams now from the gun on 3rd down. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
It's 4th down.
And his kick is indeed good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Now Penix. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Throw left side, there's London. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
Out of bounds at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
To the air, Penix. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. And looking to throw, Penix. That is caught. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 26.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
On the give, here's Robinson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Penix. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Looking to throw, Penix. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Robinson. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll go for it. Here's Penix. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. 28 yards. And the Falcons get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
The kicker on for the
extra point attempt here still to come. And the lead is down to 20. So that drive in total 8 plays. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one won't bounce their way. It's covered up by the hands team.
Illegal touching. Offense.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
At the 31. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 3rd down and 1.
There on the tackle. A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 1.
To throw, Williams. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A little surprise pays off on 3rd and 1. Pass instead of run. Gets him 15 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
The tackle made at the 6-yard line. A gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and 1.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
First down. First and goal, Chicago.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up second and goal at the 4-yard line.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for Chicago, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.